Debunking the myth that eating carbs and having breakfast is bad for your hormones. I'm Marissa Fay. I am a hormone and gut health specialist for women. I help women reverse their symptoms and get back to feeling good. I received a comment on a recent post about how hunger in the morning is a marker of a healthier metabolism and thus typically healthier hormones. And Steph, you've commented saying most people don't eat in the morning and that carbs mess up your hormones. This is false. And this mentality is part of what has led to more insulin resistance, which is often a precursor to something like diabetes. It's actually about the quality of your carbs and what the carbs travel with. Carbs or carbohydrates can be found in foods like starchy veggies, grains, fruit, any sugar sources. And carbohydrates are actually the preferred source of fuel for all of your cells because they give your body directly glucose, which means your body doesn't have to work hard to get the energy that it needs to do all the amazing things it does without you even noticing. And yes, your body can make glucose from other types of nutrients, like fats. However, it's a process that the liver goes through. It's incredibly resource intensive. And it's not something you want to rely on if you want healthy, balanced hormones. So my biggest tip for you, Steph, and anybody else is make sure that your carbs are traveling with a really decent protein source. This is going to be most likely from an animal source and at least 20 grams of protein. And then make sure that your carbs are ideally most of the time traveling with a non-starchy vegetable source. Things like cucumber, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, lettuce. And when you eat those non-starchy veggies first, and then that protein source, and then you move on to your carbohydrates, your body's going to have a much gentler response to whatever source of sugar is in that carbohydrate source. And this way, your body is getting a balance of the kind of fuel that it really loves and needs, and you're getting balanced energy. You're not going to be hungry again in an hour or two. And it's going to help the sugar get into your cells, which is the primary issue when people are experiencing insulin resistance. Because insulin is the key that unlocks the cell to receive that sugar source. And when you have something like insulin resistance, which is a dysregulation of your hormones, y'all, and impacts all your other hormones, your body's going to go through a process where it's released a lot of insulin, but the key no longer is working as well to unlock the cell. So you don't want to abuse this process by not including carbohydrates in your diet.